To be honest, it's sounding a bit COVID-y. Stay in your homes. Don't go out.
Yeah.
It's sounding like, hang on a minute.
Well, yeah, for a start, as a Scotsman, like 11 months of the year in London are at a dangerously high temperature. But on a serious note, people are worried about deaths from heat. Nobody ever seems to worry about deaths from cold. And the British Medical Journal did a big study on deaths from heat and deaths from cold. There are 20 times as many deaths from cold as there are from heat.
Exactly. I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, what do you make of this? I mean, they're saying if we're lucky, it might be 2 or maybe 3 days.
This weather isn't unique. In July 2020, July 2019, July 2015, August 2003 and August 1990, we had weather temperatures very similar to what we're going to experience next week. It's not unique at all. It's the mainstream media hyping it up with all the... You rightly showed it in your monologue, the difference of weather reporting like 10 years ago to now, the smiley sun face versus the scorched earth. It's sensationalism because we are addicted to fear porn. That's what it is. Everyone's like alarmist reporting constantly. Even the Met Office put out an apocalyptic video of how bad things are going to be. And this, you are absolutely right that it's tied to global warming and climate crisis and climate change. All of these key words that they want to get out there, they want to push this. And the messaging has changed. What's happened to the ozone layer, by the way?
Yeah, we forgot about that. I think it must have covered itself back over again when we moved on.
Well, indeed. But CO2 levels are at, 0.04% of the atmosphere. So man-made climate change, I don't buy it, because how much of an impact do we really make if we're talking about carbon levels? And Laura Dodsworth is fantastic on this. The Nudge Unit are out there. So it's not just mainstream media, it's also the government pushing this story. And the government should not be manipulating people. They should be representing people. So I think all of these candidates for the Conservative Party leadership should be coming out saying, we will get rid of the Nudge Unit. We don't need a manipulation unit in the government.
Yeah, totally agree regarding the Nudge Unit. It sounds like some sort of CIA psyops thing from a conspiracy theory film. It's ridiculous. And people say, oh, the science says this. I mean, most scientists agree with the people who fund their science. No scientist is going to turn around and be like, oh, this report that you paid me $1 million to produce. Well, it turns out the money you gave me, the ideas you gave me to prove, they don't exist. No, the scientists want to keep the ball rolling. And we've seen, there's a graphic flagged up there that showed the same temperature, the same weather, how it was reported, a decade ago, 2 decades ago, compared to now. And look at it. You'd think we're frying in the fires of Hades.
Well, it's blood, isn't it? It's the colour of blood, isn't it?
It's just It's just a bit of nice weather. We're not going to die under the devil's heel.
I mean, look, if anyone sits under the sun or in a temperature of 40-degree heat all day, then that is madness, right? You wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So using your common sense, if the sun's really high, we all know to wear sunblock or stay in the shade and drink plenty of water. That's pretty much it. I don't really see why it's stay indoors, don't go out of your homes between the time of 12 and 3, drink plenty of water, be careful if you go... I mean, it's just nonsense.
What happened to personal responsibility? So on Monday and Tuesday, I won't get the tube because I'm on the Bakerloo line and it's very deep, it's very hot. I won't do it. That's my personal responsibility and common sense speaking. People are wise enough to make their own decisions.
Yeah.
They don't need the government mandating and micromanaging every element of their lives. You will stay home today, the government has declared. No, get out of my life.
Calvin is pledged to wear a mankini as well.
Oh, is he?
Get out,
That'll be hilarious.